Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Kim. And Albert, the best part of my sports season is the beginning of football. I don't know if it's the high schools where the buses and the kids and the majors, but I know in college, I'm marking the days down till we get started.
Yeah, and we're right in the middle of that right now. We're starting the time of year when the awards are being given out. We're starting with the football being set up. But let's start off instead with football, George. Let's start off with Niles' longtime coach Scott McMillan going into the Ohio Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That is amazing that we don't talk soccer too much on this show, but it's really important that we hit every sport we can. George mentioned it.
And I see it the same way, though.
Everything.
The beginning of the fall. In other words, I should have mentioned not just them, the cross country, the whole. There's something about it. Like in other words, I know New Year's January 1.
Right.
But in my mind, this is the new year.
That is the truth. And for families and for anybody involved in sports, they are in all in. And Scott put his time in at Hubbard and finished up at Niles right now, and he's going into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Scott. George and I don't talk a lot of soccer, but we see it on the world stage.
Oh yeah,
it's everything.
Yeah, you might be a little behind here as far as, but you look at the TV ratings.
Yes.
Look at either the World Cup or whatever. Right. You know, and he's going to be honored. It's nice he's moved on, but at the same time, I'm sure the kids that played for him appreciate him because when you're a coach like that, you obviously had quite an impact.
I couldn't say it any better, George. And besides being involved in soccer, he's also the president of the Youngstown District Scholastic Soccer Coach Association. That means he takes an interest in leadership in the sport also. So, Scott, all the time you're putting in, congratulations on your award. Last week, kickoff, George. We had kickoff. One of the things that I've noticed right away that they're not playing many games at Stanbaugh Stadium this year.
Like 3 or something. What's that?
That is amazing so lack of games going on and what is going with the COVID. That was always a place where you've seen a million great games at Stanbaugh, not only Youngstown State, but at high school games. That's a major change in the framework of this local.
Did the kids miss that?
Yes, no doubt. They could tell their friends, tell their
turf, the lights,
later on
the
down
whole
the
deal,
line,
the cold.
we played here.
Yeah,
we played here.
I get what you're talking about. What they say, 3 games: Hartley, Cheney, and Boardman.
That's it.
Well, someone was telling you the other day something about Ursuline.
Yeah, Ursuline's loaded. Ursuline's loaded. Yeah, Coach saw me personally and said Ursuline's really good. The squad they played a gigantic, high-scoring affair their first game, and he said, "Don't think they had no defense. It's just both teams were loaded." He said that's all there is to it. So sometimes, you think they don't have
no defense. Yeah. Meantime, you make a mistake and the guy's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that enough with the way everybody. Nobody plays Smash Mouth anymore.
That's done.
So they're not huddling.
No.
They're not running the ball twice for every one pass. No. The game is different.
Totally different.
Absolutely.
And that means that sometimes kids don't put up big games. But we got one this past week. Tim Caffey from Hubbard put a gigantic Guzondo big game, 456 yards on 33 carries, 5 touchdowns, and just an amazing game to start off the year. We're going to follow him all year because it'd be interesting to see the stats he puts up.
I think he had a couple calls. I know this sounds strange. I talked to someone that was there.
He had a couple call back.
I think. He had 456 and he had a couple call back. I talked to somebody who was there, and they said that I'm pretty sure it was that same game. I don't think I'd make that mistake. I was talking to Bill here about this Matthews game also. I hope I did, obviously the other side of the thing, 6-0. Bill Bourne, 296. How about that?
296 wins.
People.
We were just talking about, I was on the phone with George yesterday.
I said, Allie won. He said, what? I said, yeah, 6-0.
The bottom line of this thing is,
yeah,
he's 87. And the degrees have been above 87 every day. It's been 195, 93.
2 a days out
he's
now.
out there 2 days. I saw a picture of him smiling on the field.
No, I said.
He's like in heaven. when he's on that football field.
I love the guy. I said, I got to ask you. I said, I take a nap every time
We both do.
every time I watch TV, I fall asleep.
Yes.
And this man is out there in that heat.
Yes.
And
And he won.
And he won. That's the big thing. I told him.
He
I
won
said.
the game.
I told him what Coach Mack said about winning early. You
Yes.
know. I don't know if Bill's there long term at 87, but, but at the same time, he got those kids are.
They're fired up
I'll
this
bet
week.
practice was fun today.
You're not kidding. Matthews, 6.
Way to go,
touchdowns,
boys.
0.
Way to go.
Congratulations. And the side note of being 87, we have a young coach starting at Liberty, Joe Simon.
Good
won his
job,
first
Joe.
career
Got
game
number
there.
one.
What's interesting is his dad was the announcer. He said he remembers growing up and his dad announcing. And he said nothing more exciting than hear his dad's voice when he announced him as his head coach. Think of that.
Yeah,
That'd be
that would be
that'd
special.
be really
That when you think back at a time with your
Yes.
coaches and your people that really helped you and made you better, it's something. Yeah, that would have been a special night.
Think
I
about
would
that,
say
George.
the guy and the
You
coach
listened to your dad the whole
and
time.
the coach, my son. That would be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe.
but keep it up, Joe, and don't let.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best things we announced on here in a long time.
Yeah, nice job. You got that. Once again, you got that win. And
That's the other thing.
that's what we talk about that. Al and I are both proponents. That first game, you got to win it. I mean, you obviously
Somehow, some way.
you have to win. Unless you've been there 30 years and everything. Don't worry about Al. His team's always
come wrong,
hit
yes.
their stride at October. You don't get that when you're in brand new.
So now all of a sudden you're celebrating. George said this the second time on the show. We said it. Practice gets better.
Oh, no, practice.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, it's more fun.
They're happy.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
job, Joe.
Yeah,
Nice
if you don't
job,
believe
Joe.
the mental aspect,
Yes.
I tell you what you do. About week 15, look at the NFL injured list.
Yes.
Here's a team that's 2-12. They got 17 guys on it, and over here they're 13-1 Chiefs. They're all healthy.
They're all
They
playing.
played in the same game.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, winning takes care of a lot of sins. A lot of things you don't want to
Absolutely.
talk about. Yes, and so now we're going to kick off this year with YSU, and one of the things that I read that George and I are totally against, and we are rooting for Coach Phillips a lot. But George, when you have 3 quarterbacks going for the starting position, we've been saying that our theme on this show forever. When you have 3, you have 0. I want a quarterback named. I want the quarterback running the squad. I don't want 2 quarterbacks. I don't want 3 quarterbacks.
No, we got this at Jacksonville in the pros. We got it at a few colleges, and the games are a week and a half away. I want to know here pretty quick.
I want the quarterback name. I don't want the 2 defensive tackles like this guy, 2 offensive tackles like this guy, and they're talking about the locker. He should be starting. He should be starting. Coach, name a starter, please. Go with it. Go with what you believe's right. I know you said competition means a lot.
And the other thing you can't have, this one comes in to run.
No.
This one comes in to pass.
No.
That defensive coordinator wasn't born in the morning.
Yeah, you need to go with the guy and go with him full blast, set and prove to the squad you believe this guy is the guy that's going to make us win. And if you do that, if you watch how your practice will improve.
Yeah, that's a good point. Incarnate Word, I've seen the name around, and I kicked it around, and I look. Then we find out this is no easy opener.
It's a playoff team.
Yeah.
Now, I know their league is unbelievable. YSU's league is just head and shoulders above anybody in football. But when you play a team like this, you better not look by them. You look by them, you'll be 0-1.
Yeah,
You don't want that to happen. Changing to boxing, I know George's a big boxing fan.
My guy.
Yeah, I know he watched Kelly Powell.
The Ghost, buddy. Yes,
Yeah.
I watched
You
him.
watched him a lot?
Congratulations, buddy. You earned it. I loved you. One of my favorite all-time guys, and I go back a little bit before Cassius Clay.
Yeah, Atlantic City Hall of Fame. That means that you've done some great things in that town. Some of the great fights he had. I remember, George remembers for sure.
Yeah.
Havlik beating Gary Lockett. at
Yeah,
Atlantic City.
Jermaine Taylor was a big one of his, too.
Yep. So
And wait, the best thing is who he lost to. Bernard Hopkins
yeah, even I, who knows a lot
and
about boxing,
Sergio
I
Martinez.
watched him.
That
I watched
Sergio was a
Hopkins.
crafty lefty that night. That guy, he came out of nowhere. That kid had
Those
played.
crafty lefties give you a lot
He
of
had
trouble.
played soccer till he was a little older, and he came out that night. And I'll tell you what, that was one tremendous fight. And Bernard Hopkins, possibly the greatest fighter of all, fought into his 40s.
One of the best. I do know him. That's what it says. So
40-2, 34 knockouts.
yeah, when I wrote Pavlik,
Tremendous.
Jordan said it.
That's my
I said,
guy.
listen to that record. 40-2
Yeah.
with 34 knockouts. He was nothing to mess around with.
No, congratulations, buddy. Well earned.
Yep. So we want to make sure we get that in there, got in there to anybody who has somebody you want honored. Please write to Armstrong and to Greg, and we'd love to talk about your family or whoever, somebody in your school. We're always looking forward to that.
Now, Major League Baseball, we want to talk a little bit about it. We're going to get our football special later on. We don't want to mix up too much football today because we have a special.
Yeah,
College football, you want to watch it. It is outstanding. We put a lot of time in it. And like what we do that's different, and hopefully most of you will appreciate it. It's not that old cutty, it's Alabama.
Yeah.
Can't be anybody else. Just got to be Alabama. Well, who can't give you Alabama?
Right.
You could grab some guy down at the 7-Eleven, and he'd say, you know what, I'll bet you Alabama's going to be good, hell. Ohio State's going to be good, too.
Yeah.
You think.
It's the truth. And that is our specialty, by the way. We talk about all sports.
Yeah, we love college football.
College football's our thing.
Let's talk some bases. We knew it would happen. I sat right in this chair, and I said, I didn't know who was getting Scherzer, but I had no idea it was the filthy, rotten, stinking Dodgers, who are already at $270 million or whatever. But the bottom line is some of these teams went out and really helped themselves. And let's start with the Yankees.
Yeah, and we can name the teams that are going to help themselves. We're very seldom.
We were here.
Yeah, when you start in March and you start looking at the teams lined up, don't bother looking at the teams lined up.
Hey, this guy sat right here. You sat, I'm going to give you credit. He sat right here and he said in our baseball preview, he said, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the teams with money, if they need, now as it turned out, the Cubs paid to get rid of them.
Yeah,
That's the worst part.
Think about that.
That's the part that made me sick.
Yes. The Yankees get two left-hand hitters.
On this short porch.
With that short Gallo and Rizzo. People are bragging about them, but they put the money up. They took them, and they don't really care if they make a mistake. We say it all along. If they make a mistake, they don't really care. Torres is not playing. They're crying.
Okay.
Andujar's not playing. Frazier's not playing. All these young Sanchez ain't playing. They said these are the four young phantoms are going to be. None of them are on the field, and they're still winning.
Yeah, and that's like then they give you this routine. Well, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Because you can make a mistake. That's the thing. Like, you can see this thing in San Diego is blowing up in their face.
Yes.
They have this humongo payroll, and the Reds are going to beat them out for the second wild card, and they're going to have squadooch.
Coming that way, isn't it?
No, let's talk. The trade deadline was their coincidence or not.
No coincidence.
It was their launch.
Not a coincidence at all.
Now, here they are. Now, they're winning almost every night. A little bit at the back end if you wanted to get picky. Back in, how about the dude that come in and said,
Not really when Chapman's healthy.
yeah, but let me ask you, what would you do if a guy come into your office and said, Al, I don't want to close, I'm not. I'd have to tell him I'd call the GM, I'd say, we get this guy out of here
Get out
today.
of here, right.
Get him out of here right now, because he's not all in.
Right.
Or he's some kind of different dude.
Yeah.
What did you see with that?
Well, I said I think the same way, but I don't think he was a closer. So that's
Okay.
that doesn't.
So you wouldn't have had him in there,
No,
bro.
I don't think
Well,
he
then
was.
that's an easy
Yes.
answer. Red Sox,
We're just going where they're supposed to go. That's
swoon. Yeah.
all.
Here's what happened.
They weren't picked all year.
I gave a guy, I thought I was real smart. My buddy was going to Vegas early, and I gave him two out of left field. I gave him the Red Sox and the Cubs. Well, he's going to win the Red Sox just because they were so far.
Yeah.
And the Cubs, they have given
Yeah,
up.
that's nice.
They win once every 5 days. That's the only time they win. One good pitcher.
It's nice they gave up, huh? Yes.
Well, it's good for the Pirates, I think, too, because they're in the same division.
Yes.
They may
They
just
both
catch.
stink.
Oh,
They both
don't get me. I had the calendar out the other day. I was trying to figure 59 wins. Right, it's right on.
right.
It's right on. Sale, they got Brett Sale back. He's had two excellent
And Boston's
starts.
not out of it.
No.
You get a player like that coming in.
No.
You get a player like
Because
that.
they can
coming
score
in.
8 runs.
Yeah, so they can win. Boston can win, but they have the Yankees who are better now. It's proven. Yankees went in and got them.
Yeah, they were killing the Yankees. Remember early in the year?
Yes.
Hey, let's talk about the wild card there, though. It is going to go to the wire. I mean, I know you'd want to catch Tampa. You never want one game.
Right.
Because too much.
Slot.
Yeah. Too much can go wrong. You always have Cole out there, though.
Yeah, but the other team will have a good pitcher, too.
Yeah.
So that one game's tough. That one game.
Do you see the White Sox as easy meat? I don't. I was listening to Way Over. One of these national guys said he thinks they're a paper tiger. I don't agree.
No way.
Too much pitching.
He's so wrong.
Too much pitching.
They got hitters, too.
Yeah. Well, I know they got 2-3 good pitchers.
Oh, my gosh.
And they have young hitters.
They're
Okay.
completely wrong.
Okay. That's what I thought. I think
They're always
they're
wrong. I don't listen to them.
I think they're formidable. The Reds catch at San Diego. I didn't see it coming, I'll be
saw
honest.
it.
But it's going to be a race now.
I said it because I thought Cincinnati could catch me in Milwaukee.
But did you think San Diego would come back or the Reds
I'm
would
not trying to catch them.
Okay.
That's what I thought all the time.
So it's a little bit of
I
both.
think the Reds are really good. I'm saying it all along.
And once again, the Dodgers. Do they ever lose or play a road game? Jeez. I have the Giants. And every time I look, the Dodgers are home.
Yeah, it'll come down and play each other. When they play each other, we'll see what happens.
Now,
They're gonna be that close on
here's
the line.
who's interesting. The Padres play the other two 17 times.
It doesn't make a difference because they stink.
But they could bug them up.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're playing good.
Yeah.
But they're playing loud.
Yeah, they could
They're
mess
playing
them
loud.
up for
They
good.
got names only.
Yeah.
They got a lot of names. Hosner is not a player
Yeah.
anymore.
The last homestand for the Dodgers, the Pirates come in and just took they're the Pirates. And then the stinking Mets come in. Luckily, they got one game.
Well, that's all the Mets can get there.
Mets can't
You didn't
hit.
expect the Mets to be
They don't
one
hit.
one time.
No, they don't hit.
No.
No, but that homestand was big. The Mets, I got to say it's Phillies, Atlanta. I don't see the Mets as.
Yeah, when they lost DeGrom, that took the hits.
And then they moved him back again the other day.
And Lindor, you can't lose those
No,
players.
no. Even Lindor took the owner's side.
you
He said
can't.
he has a right to be upset.
You can't.
He
You
said,
can't.
I didn't hit. He said, I didn't deliver.
Yeah.
Philly got hot. Then they blew one Saturday night. Oh, another. I thought about you. Another analytic game. Guys just mowing them down like wildfire, and they take them out.
Well, I'm going to go the opposite. The game I listened to, they left him in. And Nola, and they did something they've never seen. They let him pitch with 2 outs in the ninth inning, and he gave a 2-run homer.
That was Saturday night.
That was Saturday night.
You
yes.
can't do that. He should have
Yes.
been long gone.
Yeah, when you're throwing 100. Remember, he was pitching great, so I can't second guess it.
What was the score?
3-1 at the time. And
Okay.
and he got 2 out. He's down to the last batter, and he left them in. So I
That's
didn't
a
question
tough
it.
one. I'm
question
going to say that. I would struggle with it because I know if you went out, he'd say, hey, Skip, let me
Yeah.
get one more guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't question that. Yeah, no question.
Then they lost in extras. Then the next day, though, they bring Rice Hoskins back, 2 homers.
Big.
That's a big lift mentally.
Oh no, you got a player coming back. That's what he said. You got to be healthy this time.
No,
You got to be playing your best. Dodgers and Phillies are going to get out of the wire. I think. The Atlanta and Phillies are going to get out of the wire.
Hey, how about this? I was looking at that. Mike Trout, he wants to come back. He's missed 7/8 of the year, but he does not want to.
Well, he must have been hurt bad.
Oh, I saw him the other day. Let
Jeez.
me say this. I saw a film the other day. They had him out training. He was going first to third. He's not ready.
Still not ready.
Nope.
So he said, what an injury that
Now,
is.
with that kind of investment, you
They
can't.
Don't bring him back.
No. What are they playing? They have bum
They're
Joe
playing for
Madden.
nothing.
They're playing for nothing.
Right, exactly.
No, other than him wanting to talk about Ohtani where he
Yeah.
bats.
Yeah.
That guy's a phony. We know that. That's for sure. Here's how bad the Pirates are. I have to mention this. Normally in baseball, the line 17-10 when a favorite's playing a bad team. When Tom Seaver pitched, 2-1. You didn't see anything
Right.
anymore. Last week, the Dodgers didn't know who was pitching. It was TBT, to be determined, and they were a 3-1 favorite over the Pirates. In other words, they were basically saying, we'll grab somebody on the way to the stadium, and it really won't matter because it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Pirates and Orioles are 2 teams that are embarrassing.
Oh, the Orioles.
They're embarrassing baseball. And so both those teams are so pathetic.
Oh, the Orioles. I don't know what to
You
say.
put them both together. And it's hard
Would-
to find
would it
four-
matter?
Find 4 good players. Yeah, you can't find 4 good players.
No, the dude at center field for the
Yeah,
Pirates.
Reynolds is a really good player, yeah.
NFL, let's talk about it. I'm seeing the difference with 3 preseason games. I've watched 2 weeks now, and they're not even calling timeout to pretend to want to win the end. That dude from the Rams, he might as well go to Disney World and be done with it and send somebody to the game.
Yeah, the
Because you look, there's Aaron Donald.
Yeah, the announcers upset. The announcers said that, listen,
Yeah, there's
there's only one thing that every general manager, every owner is telling the coaches. Make sure we're healthy going that first game.
I watched. I looked over the other day. There was Aaron Donald. There's a quarterback there, so I said, well, okay, they'll play with who's here.
Right.
San Diego's winning the game, and they have timeouts left. Not even. I said, and you charge those fans full price.
That's the bad part.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. People go to that game and think they're going to see.
You got bamboozled.
Yeah.
That's the word, bamboozled.
They're not playing.
The Cowboys say, oh, let's say this: 2 exhibitions. Now there's a third, other than Pittsburgh and Dallas.
Right.
They're not going to play the third game at all.
No.
And they have 2 weeks off this year. That's different. 2 full weeks. The Cowboys opted to play Monday night, which gives them like 13 days.
Right. COVID proved that last year. COVID proved. And one thing, that's what every company, everything in the world is going to learn from COVID. The NFL learned that we don't need to play any games.
All these OTAs.
Just start playing.
Just start playing.
Yes.
Well, now, the Cowboys need Dak back. They're saying they're weaning him, so he'll be ready for the. And Al and I, we were a big fan of his back at Mississippi State. As much as I dislike the Cowboys, I know with him in there,
they're serious.
And that offense they have,
really
if they get any defense, they can beat you 38-37.
Yeah, Dallas can be dangerous.
Absolutely.
I agree with if Dak's playing. If he's not
No.
off the rack.
No. How about Skip Bayless? He's such a snake. You know what he calls Danucci?
What?
B-A-D.
What's that mean?
Bad. That's his initials. Bad guy. He's a bad guy. Never played anything. Like put him out there.
In the NFL.
Put him out there. Let Aaron Donald rush him.
Exactly.
Wentz is doing light work. They said 5 to 12, and he's at practice.
Yeah, he's one of the guys who wants to play. And so I would think week 2, 3, I think he'll be back in. I do think that.
I'm going to jump out and say week 1 he's in there.
How about that?
Yep. That's just me now. I don't have any information.
Right.
It's just
that way.
It's just a hunch. Yeah, Watson's nowhere to be. Nobody knows what to do with this thing.
Can't take him.
When you take it out of
Can't take him.
when you put it in the courts and the public, I'm sorry, but we're not lawyers.
Well, the owners are not going to take the chance.
No. What if you get him and they say he sits a year?
The fans will boo him when he comes into the stadium. That's what the fans.
Yeah, but
unless he won 10 games.
Until he throws 10
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's like that Ray Rice, for the Ravens. They'll boo you till you score a touchdown. Cleveland's going to be loaded. I'll tell you, I don't think people realize 11-5. I think they're loaded. They love both lines, O-line blocking for passing and running. They have great runners, great receivers. I like Baker Mayfield. I think he just grew up.
Yeah, well, he's set with his team. That's what you play this kind of talent.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be Archie Manning.
No, he doesn't.
We don't want him to be Archie
No,
Manning.
he just don't make mistakes, and you'll win with this team. There's no question about it. You Browns fans should be really excited about the team this year.
And what we said before, what's the goal? Nobody hurt. We'll worry about the rest of that later. It's amazing. New England's giving Cam Newton the first shot. Now, bad news today, he got a setback. Somehow he was visiting somewhere, had a COVID test. Short version is he's out 5 days. Does that give you a chance to put the rookie in there, or is Cam Newton starting game 1?
Cam Newton's going to be starting. Yeah, Belichick's already made up his mind.
Did you see him the other day in the exhibition game?
Who's that?
Cam Newton.
Yes.
Yeah. They play different. They're not going to play.
They're running the ball.
Yeah, they're not playing helter skelter.
But they have 2 tight ends that are going to throw the ball a lot. Now, they haven't done it yet because it's preseason.
Yeah.
They're going to use their tight ends a lot. No question about it.
No. I just took a hunch here. If you have any idea, I don't have anybody in mind. First guy fired. I mean, the guy for Detroit biting the kneecaps.
He'll be there.
He's going to get more in 1 year.
Oh, he has to. He stepped into a non-situation.
A dumpster fire.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
So you don't think it would be
him?
I
don't have one. That's different this year.
I'm trying to think.
People
like somebody that's been on the line and they kept him. I'm trying to think.
I don't see it happening.
No. You think Jerry Jones will be patient with Mike McCarthy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think they're going to win.
Okay.
That's why I think.
I got you. I got you. All right, we got 5 minutes. I'm going to talk about the NBA a little bit. If you didn't know better, you'd think they were playing Monopoly. Have you seen anything? We talk about this. We know, and I get KD, LeBron, Steph. the freak. I get why they make $50 million. We struggle with these guys making 10 and 12 that aren't any good.
Yeah, that's in the stay. That's not going away. That's the money.
They have a floor.
It's just crazy that they have to spend. They have to spend it, so they go.
Yeah.
So they're going to spend it.
For you novice people in the NBA, they have to spend 90% of the cap, which would make the Pirates be competitive or get out of town. Right? Hey, I heard something there. I forgot to mention in our base. We'll have to bring it up. Twice last week, first place Tampa Bay, 4,000 at a game.
Yeah, I know. They've been trying to get.
How about when they all say, if you win, they'll come?
They've been trying to move out of there forever.
They would play half their home games in Montreal. I say go ahead.
Yeah, they've been trying so long.
What do you say?
I say it's going to happen. I think it has to happen.
Okay.
I do think so.
Now, what the NBA does, they're big on Christmas Day. They put the stars out there. They know people are home. People used to go to movies sometimes Christmas. The COVID kind of slapped that back. So they put their stars on Christmas Day, and they've done it again, but they have one problem this year. The NFL has 2 games.
How about that?
And we know who runs the roost.
Yeah, the NFL.
Al and I have talked about it. Football is
when they are,
the king.
Yeah,
Football's the king.
They really are.
Absolutely. Now, LeBron's upset. They did the rating on these dumb EA games, or electronic games, and he didn't think KD's was high enough, but what he was doing, inadvertently, he was saying that his isn't high enough. That's, you know how he is. He has a way of blaming other people when things don't go right, too. Yeah, he's a different cat. Now, here's the best one of all. I heard a lot of dumb stuff in my lifetime, and I'm an old guy. But here's the best one. You know whose fault it was that Durant and Draymond didn't get along?
What?
Steve Kerr's. He didn't stop it. He has a degree. He has a degree in jackassery. How would he? What's he supposed to? They don't listen to him anyway.
No one's listening to anybody on that league.
But you believe?
That league's doing their own thing.
Are those guys amazing?
Yeah, they are. It's sad who they are. They're blessed with talent.
And here's what I said. I took it a step further. At least KD can play. The other guys.
He's rode the coattails all these players.
Oh, he's a hatchet man. Yeah. All right, real quick, look for our special. It's coming up in the upcoming weeks. We will go off the grid a little bit, give you the usual things. What we like is early, we like those intersectional games, Washington, Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State. But in our miscellaneous section, talk a little bit about Manny Pacquiao. Al called me the other day, he said, what do you think? I said, it's time. He's 42, and he got beat up the other day. But this kid was terrific. This guy was a champion in a different weight class. He did not lose to, but 42, it's time before you get hurt.
But I got to admit, right now they called me. I'm 67.
Yeah.
They said, listen, you can go in the ring with this good fighter.
Yeah.
And we're going to pay you, how much, George?
$20 million.
$20 million?
Would you sign it?
I'd take a chance.
Would you really?
I'd take that. Oh, I'd take the shot.
Yeah.
I'd take the shot.
One shot out like
so
that.
I know he stinks.
Like that phantom punch.
Play?
Like that phantom punch in that league.
He'll play. He'll panic.
Hey, the U.S. Open's around the corner. Is there going to be enough healthy bodies, or do you have to take Djokovic and not worry about
that's the one. That's the one that everybody's going to. That's the one he can lose. And
that surface, the service.
That service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with Federer going out, that helped him a little bit.
Yeah.
But there'll be other guys over the big serve that's going to go after him.
Several men and several women already out. Nadal out, a few other guys. Federer, I mean, it's going to make the case.
Well, he's the major favorite. It doesn't matter who's playing.
No. But, man, if he doesn't, I have a long shot. I'm going to give it out to you. I'm going to give it to you later in the radio. I have a long shot. And the women. Okay. I got to the semis last time. I couldn't even pronounce the name. But, hey, the Williamsport game, you like that stuff?
Yeah,
the Little League World Series. How about no foreign teams? Good, bad, more chip?
I like to see a foreign team there.
You want to see what? And then the Baltimore Orioles. We could throw them in down there.
Could they
win that? Could they win that?
They belong there. Yeah,
huh?
Belong there.
Hey, last thing, 30 seconds. A lot of these inter-squad, they said, well, that when they play Saturday, they get together Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some real fisticuffs. And the fisticuffs were so bad, the Raiders, Rams, the Raiders got on a bus and went home. And I watched the handshake the other day between those two. Wasn't real cordial. You heard it here. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.